Animal shelters may not be the first subject that comes to mind when looking into how to improve a community, but animal shelters have a very large impact on its improvement. Animal shelters are a hidden gem within a community that assist in the health and safety of strays and even your beloved pets at home. According to the ASPCA, removing stray and feral cats and dogs from the streets helps communities tremendously by reducing the spread of deadly diseases such as parvo. Shelters give animals the proper and necessary vaccinations to keep an animal healthy. It also helps in reducing uncontrolled populations by spaying and neutering an animal. There are also programs often run by shelters called TNR. This stands for Trap, Neuter, Return. It's exactly what it sounds like. They trap an animal, usually it's done with cats, they neuter it, and they return it. They return it to the same place that it was at, its home. That's where it's thriving and that's where it's doing okay. As long as this animal is not endangering other animals, it's okay, and they return it back. But they want to reduce the population by doing a TNR. They oftentimes will provide vaccinations in these situations as well. It's also important for shelters to help protect pets and children from unsocialized animals that could potentially be carrying a dangerous disease. Unsocialized animals are usually very aggressive towards other animals or kids. One way to help your community is by adopting from your local humane societies or shelters or PetSmart. Oftentimes, PetSmarts are adopting out of a specific shelter themselves. Removing an animal from a shelter by adoption benefits the shelter by supporting it in providing medical care, such as vaccinations, as well as allowing more space for other stray animals. It also helps decrease the number of euthanized animals. There are oftentimes no-kill shelters that will not kill an animal regardless of how full they are. They just will not accept new animals to come into the shelter. To go through this adoption process to help benefit these types of organizations, it's usually pretty easy. You can walk into any local shelter that you may have, ask for an adoption paper, and you fill out an application. When filling out an application, it oftentimes asks where you live, if you have a yard, specifically if you are adopting a dog. If you have other pets, oftentimes adopting from shelters, you cannot get a cat if you have another dog or cat. A lot of the times these stray or feral animals do not like interacting with new pets. Also, they ask you if you have previous pets, if you have a safe home, and if your home is clean. After you submit this application, you usually can go visit the animals, spend time with them, find one that you might like, and that adoption application will go in for that pet. And once you receive the application back, the animal shelter or humane society or pound will let you know if you are eligible to receive this pet. When you get that notification, you will probably pay an application fee. Usually these application fees are to assure that you're not just going to take this pet and use it for a harmful purpose such as dog fights. This application fee is to assure that you are getting this pet as a pet. Also, these application fees oftentimes go to the medical expenses used to give an animal its shots, its vaccinations, or the process of neutering or spaying a pet. So adopting from a shelter really does benefit your community by reducing all of these extra problems that could possibly be going on in your society. It's oftentimes not thought of because you want to buy this perfect, cute little brand new animal, but adopting really does bring a community together and help reduce so many dangerous things.